Hello everyone, welcome back once again. So if you are new here, hi, I'm Dr. Saran. So in this video, we are going to talk about the documents that is required for the GMC registration. So without further ado, let's jump right into the topic. So you need to send total of the 6 documents to the GMC, and the last one is optional, and that may vary on person to person. Don't worry, you will receive an email asking for the required document. Here are a couple of documents that you need to send. There are total of 6 documents, and the last one is optional. Sometimes GMC might ask you, sometimes they might not even ask you, depending on your personal circumstances. So we will talk each document in detail. So these are the first 3 documents that GMC ask you to send. The first one is the passport. The second document is your primary medical qualification. The third document is your certificate of good standing. The other 3 documents are evidence of your knowledge of English or English proficiency. And the fifth document is evidence of completion of your internship, that is the acceptable internship pattern. And the last one is optional. They might sometimes ask you for a translation and employer reference depending on your situation. So the first document that you need to send is passport, and make sure that whenever you are sending the passport, you need to send a passport page which contains your photo ID and signature on it. The second document is your primary medical qualification. So when you send your primary medical qualification, there are a couple of things that you need to know. The first thing is your primary medical qualification must contain your date of completion of your medical degree. So by chance, if your PMQ does not contain the date of completion, you might provide them a letter from your university, and the primary medical qualification must meet the criteria of the GMC. So if you are not sure what are the GMC criteria for the primary medical qualification, I have made a video. So I'll simply give a link down in the description and you can go and check by yourself. The next is, this is the same primary medical qualification you will send to the ECFMG for the EPIC verification. All right. So let's talk about the certificate of good standing. So if you are sending the certificate of good standing, make sure that you have sent the certificate of good standing from the medical authority in the countries where you held your registration in the last 5 years. All right. The next criteria is you need to send this certificate of good standing with the validity. The certificate of good standing usually have a 3 months of validity, and it needs to be valid till the date that GMC approve your application. So make sure you have enough valid time for certificate of good standing. And sometime if your medical authority send your certificate of good standing directly to the GMC, you need to let the GMC know that the medical authority that you held your registration have sent the certificate of good standing to the GMC beforehand, so that they will know that they are receiving a document. All right. So let's talk about the fourth document, that is evidence of your English proficiency. You need to provide the proof of English to practice in the UK, and you need to meet the criteria for the English proficiency test, be it IELTS or OET. Make sure that you get that minimum score and minimum criteria to meet the GMC requirement. And in case you are providing the OET results to the GMC, make sure that you have given the verified access from my OET portal. All right, if you don't know how to give the verified access or how to keep the GMC as a recognizing body, then I have already made a video in my YouTube channel. You just go and check out that video as well. Now let's talk about the evidence of completion of the acceptable pattern of internship or your clinical experience. Sometimes we call it internship. So if you are applying for the full registration, there are 2 things that you need to provide. One is either you have to prove that you need to show them that you have completed the foundation year 1 in the UK, or simply you need to provide the acceptable pattern of the internship to the GMC. And yeah, if you don't know what is the acceptable pattern of the internship, there is another video in my YouTube channel regarding that. It's a whole another topic. Just go and check it out. If you want to check on the GMC official website. I have given the link down in the description. Just go and check by yourself what are the acceptable pattern of the internship. The last but not the least, these are the optional documents. They will not ask every individual with this document, because it depends on the individual to individual circumstances and what are the clinical or medical professional experience that you have provided, and depending on that they might ask you either for a translation or the employer references. So regarding the translation, I want to tell you a couple of things. If your documents are not in English, make sure that the every document you send to GMC must be in English. So if your documents are not in English, you need to provide the translation. And for the translation, GMC has already given the commercial services in their website. It's wise to use them rather than just go and picking up your local translator service. So that will speed up your application. And regarding the employer reference, sometimes they might ask you, sometimes they might not even ask you. So please do not send the documents without being asked. So for the employer references, if you have practiced or if you have provided the clinical experience where you practice before you get your license or without any license, then you need to provide the employer reference stating that you are being supervised during that time, or you are allowed to practice under the supervision. And the next thing is, sometimes they might ask you to fill the Gen 1 form, and there is whole another blog and the video regarding the Gen 1 form. So you might want to go and check on that if you have been asked to provide the employer reference or the fill up the Gen 1 form. So let's talk how can I speed up the application process. The first thing, please do not send document by yourself without being asked. And if you have been asked about sending the documents or providing the required document, then do not send the unnecessary document to the GMC. You are rather confusing them and delaying your process of verification. The second point is, you need to provide your name and the GMC number clearly in your correspondence with the GMC. All right. And the third is, please include all the documents that they have asked for without giving the additional documents. Just give all the documents what they have asked for. And if you cannot send any documents by some reason, for example, you have applied for the certificate of good standing, but it's being delayed for some reason, then you can write them an email letting them know that you have applied for the certificate of good standing and it's on the way, or it's being delayed for this reason. The very important thing is it's very important that do not post any document to the GMC without being asked. And if you have already sent the document, do not repeatedly send the document to the GMC. The second point is, please do not send the document individually. All right, you need to send all this document in a single PDF or in the single zip file, and it needs to be below the 10 MB. And by chance, if your documents size is more than 10 MB, make sure that you have split up that documents and just labeling the proper name, GMC number, and the documents that it contains. And sometimes you might need to send the individual attachment. Then make sure that you have named the attachment contained in the email clearly. For example, if you are sending the certificate of good standing, just write the CGS, your name, and the GMC number. All right. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any queries, just you can comment down below, or if you are facing any problem, you can approach to the GMC by email or any social media. handle, they are more than happy to help you. Please guys, do not hesitate to ask any question that's on your mind. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, there are a lot of video coming up. Thank you.